Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Alberto. So for today's video, as you may tell from the title, it's going to be 10 things that I love about my car. The next video, as you can tell, is going to probably be 10 things that I dislike about my car. Before I get started with anything, I just want to say a huge thank you to all you guys that have been supporting me and subscribing to my channel. It means a lot to me. I remember I started off with, I think, 15 subscribers. I started out with 15 subscribers, and I honestly didn't think I'd be getting to 230, let alone like 100. So I'm really thankful for all that stuff. And like I've said in previous videos, there's just so many things that you can do to this car, like RSXs and stuff like that, that like I highly doubt content's ever gonna get dry. And I know later on in the future I'll probably be getting even more project cars, and it's gonna be such a blast building these things. So back to the video. So it's gonna be 10 things that I like about this car. I'm just making a quick pit stop at Starbucks. I know from my last very popular video, which was the rundown of my cost about this budget build, I got coffee, so I'm not gonna make that mistake again, and I'm gonna get a iced green tea latte, the matcha one. Is that still considered a coffee? I wouldn't consider it a coffee because it doesn't get me all jittery and stuff like that. I actually enjoy it very much. Anyways, I'm just gonna pick that up and then we'll head over to the location and we'll start shooting. So I'll see you guys there. Alrighty guys, so the package is secure. Now we are on our way to go to the filming location. It is a nice, beautiful day, even though my autofocus doesn't seem to like me right now. But we're on our way to go shoot the video right now. Don't mind me. This is like perfect weather for me any day. I would love to live in weather like this. But yeah, so we're gonna go shoot right now. I'll see you guys there. We are now here at the location. That sounds so good in here. Oh, this is perfect. Nobody's here. This is perfect. All right. Oh, it's bright. Okay, we'll start filming right now.
And now you won't let go.
Alrighty guys, so now we're here at the shooting location. I hope you guys liked that intro as much as I did. So now we're gonna get started on this video. 10 things that I love about this car. So yeah, I have all of the list on my phone. Unfortunately, I usually shoot with my Canon, but right now it's kind of it's dying, and I'm kind of getting tired of the video quality as well on that thing. This one has 4K, where that one is just like, it's like 1080 to 720. It just depends on what's going on with it. But without further ado, let's get right into this video. So the first thing that I really love about this car is the reliability and the cheapness of maintenance. You'll hear this anytime you talk about Hondas, how reliable they are and how cheap they are to build and how cheap they are to maintain, which is very true with all of their cars, especially this one right here. I love this car so much. It has never left me stranded. Only once when the wiring underneath the dashboard was actually messed up. But honestly, the gas mileage is great. A little update on the K20Z1 cams that I installed here. So as you guys may have remembered, I actually said that the gas mileage went down after I did those cams, but it was actually due to me having a leak on my fuel tank. So I checked that out and I redid that, and now I'm getting 30 miles to 32 miles per gallon, back to normal. So if you're thinking about doing the K20Z1 cams, honestly, it does not affect your gas mileage very well, but it does bump up performance just a little bit. But I would definitely recommend getting a tune once you do it, just so that you don't, like, not everybody's gonna have the same experience if they go with these things. So I definitely recommend doing that. Alright, second thing is the cheapness to build these cars. So as you guys might know from my most popular video that I've spent around $4,000 on this build. It's gone up just a little bit because I've been buying more aftermarket parts for it. but I mean, it's still around 4,000, which is what you'd usually buy for a nice, clean RSX like this. So I'm in 7,000 deep in total with the car and the parts that I've put into it. But honestly, like, that's probably the price that you pay for a really good low mileage stock RSX. So yeah, cheapness to build is definitely key, especially if you're really trying to get into the car scene and you want a car that's really cool, looks good, gets good gas mileage, and is really fun. This is definitely one of your cars. Either that or a Civic Si. They're very similar. I just prefer this one for some reason. It's just like grown on me so much. But yeah, cheapness to build. Let's go for the next one. I'm sure you guys knew this was gonna be on the list because I like praise this every time I talk about my car. The Brembos. The Brembos are freaking sick. I love them for the back roads. I love them even on a daily basis. I love these so much. They're like, I got them super cheap. Nobody's gonna get them this cheap. I mean, unless they also get like, you know, junkyard parts like I did. But these Brembos, man, I'm telling you, I absolutely love these things. So like I said in the previous videos, this whole entire setup, paint, decals, calipers, rotors, lines, everything was $250. I have StopTech steel braided lines, semi-metallic pads, which I'm gonna swap out for carbon ceramics, which I got for 50 bucks off Rock Auto. I praise that place too. But these Brembos, dude, they're just so amazing. I really love like just like the way that they look on the car. It really completes it. It gives me like that Type R vibe. The Type R vibe is exactly what I've been looking for with this car. I love it so much. My friends mess around, they call my car a Type R. I wish it was, but what do I need? I need a limited slip, pistons, and what else? And then just Hondata and I'll be set. And this thing's Type R, you know? I mean, woo! For the next thing, it's more of like a daily driver thing, which I really like. Some people like to gut out their rear interiors and stuff like that, but I like to keep everything there, everything stock because of the sound deadening. But for me, this hatch space is amazing. Now I know it's dirty in here and stuff like that, but when you come down to a daily driver perspective, this is probably the most versatile thing compared to, you know, like a hatchback, like a Civic Type R, a Subaru, stuff like that. But honestly, the space in here is so good. I've been able to fit so many groceries in here. It's my really good grocery getter, you know what I mean? Thing's baller. Boop. Alright guys, up next is the body lines of this car. I really love the way that this looks. It looks so sleek. It looks really good, especially with the wing. I mean, I can't really see a DC5, an Integra RSX, whatever you want to call it. I can't really see it without a wing. It needs the wing. It just completes the way that the car looks. I also love the front end because the front end is also very aggressive. I'm not going to count this into the list, but just like the front end just looks so aggressive, especially with these headlights. Now, I have seen a few cars that have the 02 to 04 front end and then the 05, 06 rear end, and I kind of like the way that looks. It has me thinking about, especially about the plans that I have with this car. I might do that, I might not. It's still up for debate, but that'll be in another video where I talk about all this stuff. But yes, just the way that this car looks is just so amazing. I love the way that they designed this car, and I really hope that if they ever do bring the Integra back or the RSX back, that it just keeps that sleek body line. But yeah, there we go. That's the next point. So let's get on to the next one. Whoop. And now for the next thing, the steering wheel. So the steering wheel. So I have an S2000 steering wheel with the perforated leather on the sides, which I really like. And then I also have the Honda Integra Type R horn button or airbag, whatever you'd like to call it. I really like this steering wheel. I got this steering wheel for $150, and then the airbag was like, I believe it was like 40 bucks. I got it with the Momo steering wheel with the Alcantara wrap that I did myself, but I prefer this, especially when in the wetter weather, just so it doesn't wear out too much. I really like this steering wheel a lot. I like the design of it. It's not super like thick or thin. It's like the perfect size, especially for my little baby hands, you know. I'm not roasting myself, I promise. But it's the perfect size, especially for me. I'm a smaller guy. I really like the way this steering wheel feels. I might switch it out for a Momo Alcantara one down the road, because that's like my favorite one, especially with an NSX Type R horn button. that's later on down the road. But for now, I really love the steering wheel. I think Honda did a really good job designing the steering wheel. But yeah, I mean, for a daily driver, you can't really ask for more. A 3-spoke design, nice and comfortable in the hands. And yeah, I love the steering wheel. Now, this is gonna lead me up to the next thing, which is the cluster. I really like this cluster a lot. The cluster itself is just it's very good. It's analog, it's not digital, it's not gonna glitch out on me ever. And usually if there is an issue with it, it can easily be resolved with like a few fuses or motors and stuff like that. I know the 02 to 04 tachometer, it does bounce a little bit, especially when you're banging on the gears, where the 05, 06 is just a little bit better in terms of the control of the dial, but it doesn't really matter. Another thing that I really like about this car too is the red line. When are you ever going to see a modern car that can rev up to 8,000 RPM? Not many. You'll find it in Porsches and other high performance cars. Not really in Hondas anymore. They are changing up the way that they're doing things, especially with forced induction, with their turbos and the Type Rs and the SIs and stuff like that. So that's kind of why the reason that these cars are starting to just appreciate just a little bit. I really enjoy the driving experience of this car. As far as coming to a car that revs up to 8,000 RPM, like I said, they just don't make they just don't make Hondas like this anymore, you know? They just make them, you know, forced induction, stuff for good power, you know, but just, I mean, it's tough to say that they don't have their fun factor like they did before. They definitely do. It's just that the way that they're building their cars is completely different, and as time goes on, cars are going to be built even more different, which is why I feel like these cars are going to be like gems one day. Like, they're just going to be really cool cars that can rev up to the sky, especially with Honda with the stock valve train. You can rev it up all the way to 86, which is what a stock Type R would do. But just wait till you start upgrading the fuel or the oil pump and the valve train as well. You'll be revving up to 9,000 without any issues whatsoever. I lost track of how many things I've done, but I know that one thing for sure that I'm gonna add is definitely gonna be the rear lower control arms, the Beaks tie bar, and then the ASR subframe brace. So those 3 things are like honestly really good. They really look good, especially from behind. I've gotten compliments of people behind me in traffic, and they give me really good compliments. They're like, dude, I love the setup in your rear. And I was like, that is exactly why I spend so much money on this car, because I love getting compliments like that. Like, just right now I got a compliment from some guys driving by. Thanks. It really, like, it puts a big smile on my face, and that's one of the things that I really enjoy about this car. But yeah, the Beaks lower tie bar and all the rear lower suspension is like my absolute favorite. It looks really good. I really enjoy it, and it was kind of a pain in the butt to install. If you've seen my video, I'll link that either right here or down in the description below. But yeah, it was really cool. It was, I mean, it wasn't really cool to install, but it looks really good after. So it's really good that my hard work has paid off in that sense, you know. But yeah, the rear lower control arms, tie bar, and then the brace. So I think that's, how much more do I have left? I don't even know. But yeah, I'll find all the stuff that I've done, and then I'll see if I'm at 10 or whatever, but we'll find out right now. Last but not least, what every Honda owner praises on these cars, VTEC. VTEC is honestly the best part about this car. I'm so glad that I didn't buy that base model back when I was looking for an RSX. I love VTEC. Like, once you do it, like, once you're addicted. Like, there's nothing like it. It doesn't matter how slow these cars are, how underpowered these cars are. VTEC is so freaking addicting. It's so good. Yeah, it might knock your gas mileage down a little bit, but there is just nothing like it. Yeah, there's boost and stuff like that, which hits you like around like 3 to 4 depending on what your build is, but VTEC is just always there. You know it's coming. You love it so much. You just cannot resist VTEC. I don't care if your car has like 500 horsepower, 700 horsepower. This thing is freaking fun. The lightness, the VTEC, and then the handling of this car, it all adds up together. And VTEC is just like the key. It's like the thing that you're missing whenever you have like breakfast in bed and you're like, damn, like what goes with this? And then you find out, oh, the muffin, and then the bell rings for your muffin and you're ready to go and you're ready to munch out. That's like VTEC. Like when you see that needle climbing up to 6,000 RPM, you know that's when the muffin dings and you're ready to munch, and then it pew, just goes. And it's just, it's really fun. I'm sorry, I know it sounds stupid right now, but it's super fun, especially with the 8,000 RPM red line. With Honda, you can have VTEC kick in as early as you want. It's stock, it kicks in at 6,000 RPM. On 0506 models, it kicks in at 5,700, so like 300 RPM like sooner. But yeah, with Honda, you can make these things start kicking a VTEC at $4,000, which is most realistic if it's your daily driver and if you like to like race every now and then. That's the best option. But right now I'm stock still, so I have to wait all the way to 6,000 RPM. But honestly, it's worth the wait, especially when you just freaking just rip it, man. Best part about this car, honestly. Alrighty guys, so that is everything about my RSX that I love. It got dark really soon, especially because I got carried away with taking pictures, but they came out really good. Go ahead, follow me on Instagram. That's where I'm going to be posting up these pictures, at mamba.dc5. The A is a V. I just kept it like that. I like the way I like the way it looks. But yeah guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.